What is going on, everybody? It is Pixel Partners here, and well then, welcome back to the Great Ace Attorney. You had to get that one left out after missing a day, didn't you?
I mean, like, if you get to do weird intros, I get to do some weird ones.
Oh, absolutely. You're always welcome. Anyways, we left off. It's the Great Ace Attorney, and we went and we found Susudo, and she things aren't going well. Her dad's not doing well.
Dad's sick, so she has to leave tomorrow morning.
But she's sticking by our side. She's kind of just said, you know what? No, I have a duty as a legal assistant, which is bold move, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off. But now she's joining us, and I believe we were going to go back to the jail so that now she can talk to her, and we can get this all sorted out.
Yeah, let's do this.
16th of April. Jail. Cell 13. Unlucky, dude.
Oof. Ah!
Hey, Gina. We decided to pay you another visit.
Are you back?
No. Put that thing away. How did they let you with that in here in the first place again?
What do you want this time? Gonna tug on my collar?
She almost makes it look valiant as she struggles to reload that thing.
Yes, she does. Maybe I should streamline the reloading process. Unplug ears and listen proper this time. No matter how many times you show your mug, I ain't got nothing else to say to you. Gina, there's something I would like to say to you. What do you want now? I wanted to say goodbye. Goodbye? I must return to Japan tomorrow. Most likely we will never meet again. Oh, alright. I've met so many people here in London. I've made so many memories, both good and bad. But the most tragic memory of all would be the sight of Iris's tear-stained face as I'm helpless to cheer her up. Susie! Why do you think that bothers me? Iris and Naruhodo both trust you deeply, Gina. You won't even return the favor? That's right, so what? What are you playing at? I just don't want to see them hurt. Hurt by none other than you, Gina. By me? Yes, as such I have one simple request for you. I want you to completely betray their trust. What?
What?
Once you do...
What?
You'll get what you want. We'll all leave you alone to rot.
This wasn't part of the deal, Susudo. All this mental warfare is just like Jesus Christ.
She's pulling like the Simon Blackwell psychology maneuver.
For real,
on.
she's fucking taking jabs at her brains.
Fine, what needs to be done? Everybody tells lies no matter who they are. If you honestly believe that, then I want you to prove it. Prove that you lied, Gina. G-Bean, that's what you said. You're a big fat liar who doesn't deserve a second chance, right? Please, Gina, tell us the truth. As a mere legal assistant, this is my final request to you. No way.
Would Gina really tell such a self-deprecating lie? Maybe you're referring to the trial from 2 months ago? The trial where Kazumi Gundel was declared innocent.
Ah!
A bizarre murder that happened inside a moving omnibus. During the trial, you were brought to the witness stand by the prosecution.
Yeah, that's right. Throughout that whole bloody trial, I just lied and lied. They weren't just little porkies either. They were some pretty awful ones.
I expected as much. Could you tell us more? I watched McGundle stab him in the bloody neck of the abdomen.
It was 2 months back. The police summoned me and lugged me to the witness stand. And then
you testified Miss McGundle was declared innocent.
At the time, I was fibbing like nobody's business.
So that is what she meant after all.
What kind of lies exactly? Remember when I said I was hiding in the omnibus that night? That was true.
I was almost expecting her to say that she wasn't there because there was the stuff in the trunk that would say that she wasn't there. And I was like, wait, was she just literally pulled off the street and said, hey, say you were in there?
Yeah.
That would have been metal. But no, it's going to be far darker than that.
I was in the trunk under the seat. It was pitch black, so I couldn't really see nothing.
That sounded bad.
And there was a loud noise. Sounded like someone was taking a dive or something. And after that...
Oh, wait. And then after that, Mr. McGundle found you, right?
Yeah. He yanked me out of there, and then he made me sit beside the dead bloke. It was dark inside the carriage, and before I knew it, I had his blood all over me hands. I was so scared I couldn't even make a peep.
His blood got on your hands? That means the person they saw through the skylight must have been Gina.
That's when Mr. McGundle questioned you? About your life and why you were hiding in the carriage. Yeah, but that ain't all of it.
What do you mean?
McGundle threatened me.
What?
He said I couldn't tell a soul about nothing. Not what I saw or heard in the carriage. And not what he tried to do after the omnibus stopped. He said if I could keep it all a secret, he'd let me be off.
Tell us everything you had to keep quiet about. Everything you saw and everything you heard. He's dead now. He can't hurt you.
Yeah.
He's not the Grim Reaper or anything. Oh, Gregson, 3 more. Okay, what you saw? What you saw? Okay. You said that you were told to keep what you'd seen a secret, but you were hiding in the trunk underneath the seat the whole time, right?
What's more, Mr. McGundle was sitting on top of that seat. Well, yeah, but when I heard the sound of someone falling, I couldn't help but scream. He yanked me out by my arm, and that's when I saw it. All of it. Some old bloke was on the ground. Next to him was a real pretty shiny disc. A disc.
Wait, could that be...
Yeah, it's that disc that the inspector took yesterday at the pawn shop.
So the music box disc was on the floor of the carriage?
That nut McGundle noticed it straight away. He snatched it right up and shoved it deep into his inner coat pocket.
So in other words, that disc was originally inside the omnibus where the crime was committed 2 months ago.
Tell no one about this. That's what he said to me.
Interesting. So the music disc was actually for Mr. Mortar? Was that his name, Mr. Mortar?
I think so.
That was it.
It was pitch black inside that trunk. I was listening out for any and all noises. Eventually, I heard someone climbing into the carriage.
That was Mr. Gumnall getting on by himself, wasn't it?
No, there was someone else too.
Huh?
What I heard was 2 sets of footsteps.
Mr.
Mr. McGundle and the victim. Logically, those are the only 2 it could have been.
If I'm right, the victim was a bricklayer named Mr. Mortar. Hey, there we go. Yeah.
This is how Mr. McGundle testified during the trial. You.
Whenever I did the coach, I was in the fluke sleep.
Then Gina, your testimony backed up his claim. Oh yeah. All I could hear was the sound of the old geezer's conch blowing off. That was just a lie. The 2 blokes in the carriage weren't sleeping at all. They were talking, real quiet like, about something the whole time.
What? What exactly were they talking about?
Dunno, carriage was too noisy. Couldn't hear nothing. However, with this knowledge, we know the truth for certain now. Mr. McGundle and the victim knew each other.
So Mr. McGundle was lying after all. Dun, 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 to the surprise of
I was gonna say,
no
like, no
one.
one's surprised, yeah.
After the crime.
There was a dead bloke inside the carriage, so I knew we'd get busted right away. If I remember correctly, the 2 patrons on the roof instantly noticed the murder. When the carriage stopped, McGundle hid me inside the trunk. And then, the 2 people on top quickly ran off to call the police.
Those are Mr. Fairplay and Mr. Lady first, right?
That's when McGundle asked the coachman to do something.
What did he ask him? But is you gonna pledge my code for the pawnbrokers over there? As my reward? Oh, I know. How does 10 guineas sound?
Jeez.
The pawnbrokers? Was that?
Yeah, it was at old Uncle Hatch's pawn shop. The coachman snatched the 10 guineas and the coat and ran off. After that, McGonagall let me out of the carriage. He let me go after giving me a condition. A condition?
McGonagall's condition. Tell me more about why McGonagall let you leave the scene. Gina, what was the condition he gave you?
I was told to keep me lid zipped and talk about absolutely nothing I'd ever seen or heard there. And one more thing.
Huh? What else?
Said it was the most important condition.
I just gave that driver some money and sent him off on a little errand. Did you see what I asked him to do while he was inside the carriage?
You had him pop that coat at a pawn shop, yeah?
Why aren't you smart? I want you to keep the pledge ticket for that coat.
A pledge ticket? Why me?
The next 2 months I will come to retrieve it. Until then, you shall keep hold of it. You better not lose it.
Alright.
However, if I don't happen to show up within that time frame, I want you to go to that pawnbroker's and have the redemption period extended. If you don't do that, my pledge will be forfeited, and the coat will be put up for sale.
What? But I don't have that kind of money.
Here's £5. That should suffice. Now listen here. Don't get any funny ideas. If you do...
I got it already.
By the way, a few days from now, the police will come for you.
What? The police?
Indeed, they will ask you to stand in court as a witness. Before we finish here, I will have a quick rehearsal about what you should and what you shouldn't testify.
Wow. And then I just left the place. He hid the pledge ticket in some bushes somewhere near the scene. Went off to get it the night after.
That monster McGonagall. He forced this poor girl to commit perjury.
Jesus. Can we bring him back to life so we can kill him again?
I know, right?
I already know you paved at me. That's why I was so important. Now it's the right state because of my fibs. I'll make it so you can't live in the East End anymore. That's what he said to me. Wow. That's so cruel. That bloke knew all about the back alleys of the East End, about us and all. Bunch of kids with no family. They all got together and made a place to call home. Then Cosney McGonagall. He said he could run us out of there whenever he bloomin' wanted. If we couldn't live there, then we'd really be up a creek without a paddle. So, you know, my hands were tied, really. Oof.
Thank you for telling us, Gina.
She really did have to lie.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's still pissed off with me, right?
If you think I'm angry, then do me a favor.
What?
Could you sign a letter of request that claims me as your attorney for tomorrow's trial?
What?
Oh, and if you don't want my defense, go ahead and tear it up later. But right now, I can't investigate the crime scene without it.
Investigate?
Mr. Holmes was shot during all the commotion last night.
Seriously? They say Holmes is going through a major operation right now. Blimey! He's gonna be all good, right? Oh, she does care.
I have to get to the bottom of this. Not just for you, but for Mr. Holmes, too.
Fine. Whatevs. All you need is my signature, yeah?
Pretty much. Susido?
Yes, I know exactly what you're about to ask. The letter of request is right here. I don't want any defense though, so...
Well, too fucking bad.
She wants to be put in jail because she probably feels guilty as hell for lying and all that. She looks so lonely when she acts like that.
Well, we got the letter request. Now that we have this, we should be able to check out the crime scene.
Once we're done, let's come back and pay Jean Bean another visit.
Feels like we finally started to unveil Gina's true feelings. I'm sure no one else could understand the true weight of this letter of request. And so we headed to Hatch's shop, where Inspector Gregson awaited us. So I'm sure the good inspector won't be very pleased to see us.
She said she hated Holmes, but she actually cares.
Exactly. She's a sweetie Jeannie Beanie.
I mean, after hearing that beautiful violin music, I'm sure anyone would care about him.
Oh, goodness. Safe, and it'll be on our merry way. On to the next part. Now we get to actually investigate inside here.
Yeah. Instead of just
Right.
watch the officers walk around.
Yeah. We called for a carriage and returned to the crime scene. The very first thing we did was show Gina's letter of request to Inspector Gregson. Are you kidding me? Pardon me, Inspector Gregson. Do you have a moment? What do you want now? It's about time for you children to get to bed, isn't it?
Children. I mean, her, yes, but... Don't be mean, Derby. Here's a letter of request.
You what? Oh, my lady! You ain't much worse than saying all over your horse, but of course you could. I took my fingers off my utmost respect to you, my lady. I did.
Must be rough spending the whole day at the crime scene. I brought this herbal tea just for you. Say goodbye to sleepiness. Delicious. Absolutely delicious. Jesus Christ. Dude, don't chug tea.
Wonderful. My poor weary soul. Instantly revitalized by this delicious tea. Are we free to investigate now, Inspector? Do what you want. The body was found in the room just behind that door in the back. And the storeroom was the scene of the crime. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have an investigation to lead. Are you investigating the storeroom? Quite frankly, I want to shut this case as quickly as possible. Even if we spent a full 24-hour shift examining pledges, we still wouldn't be thrown up through them.
Oh, yeah.
And Scotland Yard already has it hands full with another urgent case. Is he talking about the same important incident that Lord Vortex mentioned? If you get in the way of my investigation, you're not getting off lightly. Okay.
Now's our chance. Shall we proceed?
Hell yeah. Alright, we probably need to... do I examine it or do I move over there?
Oh, Toby said store leads to the storeroom.
Last night, I saw everything through this small window.
Yep.
Hatch with a bullet in his back, and Gina holding a gun.
As the attorney in charge of this case, you are within your rights to investigate this room. It's time to be fearless and press on.
Yeah, of course. We'll leave no stone unturned. So the crime scene is on the other side of that door.
Woo! Let's find out everything we can, down to the teeniest, tiniest clue.
Okay. Alright, I guess I gotta move in there.
Oh my god, what if Iris does a great deduction?
We wouldn't have to fix anything. She's brilliant.
Yeah.
It would be correct on the first try. Sorry, Sherlock, but...
It's part of his charm.
Yes. Iris isn't saying anything at all.
Oh, yeah. Who could blame her? After all, Hatch lost his life in this very room just last night. She's known him for a long time. Oh.
No! Wait, hold it, Inspector. Are you just gonna leave? What do you want? Stop. You don't have to run away the second you see us. You think I wouldn't run away from me, Tony?
No.
I just can't stand when I see little girls cry. I've never seen a lady look so sad before.
Aww.
I just got a little flustered because I couldn't think of what to say to her. For an adult, he seems awfully proud of his childish behavior.
Poor Iris. Her poor little heart must be breaking in two. Inspector Gregson, don't you think you could offer some sympathetic words?
What?
Look at her face.
Come down, my lady. There's nothing to be sad about. After all, you're not the one that decides.
Oh my god!
I couldn't have come up with something worse to say if I tried. Ah, confound it! No matter what I'm send on my way.
Wow. Wow, that was shit.
I agree.
I suppose we should begin our investigation as well.
Yeah. We should probably ask Inspector Gregson a few questions despite his current mood.
I'm Z.
I hope his operation went well. Don't worry, that's not his blood. It's a dead man's blood. Okay, we're gonna examine that around. I don't want to talk to you yet, so I'm gonna look at this gramophone. All the pledges of the pawn shop are packed together really tightly.
There's so many of them. Bicycles, gramophones, musical instruments. There's even an enormous painting here.
Bits and pieces of various people's lives are quietly collecting dust. The way something about this place just feels a little bit calming. Not for the bloodstains and noisy police officers roaming around anyway. That's my fault. Sorry. Okay, what about... Okay, that's all the same thing. I'll look at the body in a second. A trunk. What was in there? Well, things inside this storeroom. This box is the only thing that shows signs of having been searched.
Ah! Is that the box that has the manuscript in it?
I was going to say, what's the matter, Iris?
This is a document box where I stored my manuscript. Called it. What?
Yep.
Oh, I haven't heard this theme in a while.
Iris's unpublished manuscript titled The Hound of the Baskervilles. I've got a bad feeling about this.
See, that Holmes of yours, he took that dodgy manuscript and flogged it off. And he's trying to keep that all in the hush from you, Iris. Let's have another look inside the box. Okay. I don't know which one of them said that. There we go. Iris's manuscript is in here.
It is? Huh. So it is. What a relief. Right, Iris?
Yeah. I didn't think Holmesy was lying to me, but still a relief to see it.
She says that, but I can tell there's gloom behind that smile. Iris's manuscript. Perfect. Alright, what about any of this stuff? There's the gun. We'll look at that because that's going to be important. And that's just more of the pledges, I guess. So, gun. This is a gun. And it's real.
He's getting flashbacks.
Yeah.
Do you think this is the weapon that the murderer used? What's the deal? You two just clammed up all of a sudden. Well, this is the first time I've ever seen a gun in person.
I just have some bad memories associated with guns. But there's no doubt in my mind that this is the gun Hatch had yesterday.
Yeah. That tiny little thing. Wow, he doesn't even get a line.
It really is the exact same gun. Last night, when I looked into the storeroom through the door's window, Gina was holding that gun.
It's so small.
It is.
It would seem that Hatch only kept one bullet in the gun at all times. And that one bullet had already been fired. The chamber's empty now.
So this gun was only fired once, huh? Good to know. I'm sure that'll come in handy at some point. And then the body outline. There's a chalk outline here in the shape of Hatch's body.
Dude, like if he was shot twice somehow, maybe. Probably not, but like that would...
I don't think so.
It would help our case.
Yeah, we've got to find another shot that's obviously not Holmes, because now that can be tied to, you know, we have to find a way to tie those two robbers to this, which will be difficult since it was now obviously two different weapons. We have to see if that gun was used somewhere else. Maybe.
Oh, but Hatching was such a good person.
But Burger seems only one round was fired. That pierced his heart. I dare say he most likely died instantly.
look, it's finally my time to shine.
Huh?
Wow, doesn't it make your blood boil when you see blood splattered everywhere?
No, I can't say it does.
When I see blood, it feels as though my blood pressure starts to drop. Then I feel faint. Yeah, people react to blood uniquely, and the blood that runs through them is also unique.
Is that really the moral here?
I'm covering my eyes so you can't see me crying. Let's go. So now's the time to use this.
What is that huge thing?
Guess I should get around to giving it a proper name. Anyway, you'll see. As soon as I use it, it'll all become clear. Watch closely now.
Please don't shoot me. Ah! He turned to... What? The blood changed color?
What do you think? You get it now?
Yeah, I think so. More or less.
Right, this is exactly what I meant when I said everyone's blood was unique. I get it. Its chemical changes color according to the makeup of someone's blood. So by looking at the resulting color, you can tell whose blood it is just like that.
Huh.
Oh my! It's like science fiction! Right? It's like magic!
Right, so whose blood is this then?
And this is hatchling's blood.
After all, this is where he was shot. It's right in front of us, plain as day.
Now that we have finally obtained a sample, we should make note of it in the court record.
Okay.
Now, whenever Iris gets a new sample for us, let's be sure to file it in here.
Of course.
You don't have to patronize me, Susie.
Huh. I can look at it again, apparently, so... Iris?
I'm okay. We've got to catch the real killer. Yes, of course, we absolutely must.
Okay, that's all we got now. Alright, I guess I will go ahead and talk to Inspector Gregson then. Greggy?
Greggy?
Let's talk. The crime scene.
Toby?
Inspector Gregson, about the crime scene.
As I shall see, boy. Nothing more, nothing less, and nothing in between.
If you would, Iris.
Hey, Toby, could you tell us about the crime scene?
Why, of course, I'll tell you all about the crime scene. When we police went over to the crime scene last night. This room, which you'll ever know, was locked from the inside.
It was locked from the inside.
The lock looks broken. Did the police do that?
Indeed, we humbly burst into the room.
Humbly, I see.
And then, as you can see, the victim was collapsed on the floor. Besides the body was that wretched pickpocket.
You mean Jing? She's my friend, you know.
Oh, how heart-rending it is to see Miss Gina. She truly was resting in peace.
Does he really need to talk about her as if she's dead?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I saw her collapse when I looked into the room, as well.
We soon realized that Miss Gina was holding the gun used to kill the victim.
Really?
You must mean the gun lying over there.
And then when we examined her coat, we discovered the door key in her pocket.
What? The key to the storeroom?
Huh. The door to the storeroom had been locked from the inside, correct?
Indeed, thus, my lady, your friend is in a rather unfavorable situation.
Oh.
Of course, I barely believe that is all in public.
Good grief. Alright, an update on Holmes?
Please? Toby, how did the operation go? Is Holmesy alright now?
Well, I mean...
Cease your incoherent rambling! Don't tell me Mr. Holmes is...
No, the operation was successful. He's just, how should I say this?
Hurry up and speak!
Let's stop. As the Holmes has general anesthesia used on him, it's a full body anesthesia.
Full body anesthesia? That's possible?
Anesthetic.
Anesthetic.
It's like it's advancement in medicine allowing the patient to sleep during major surgery.
The most we do in Japan is use laughing gas while a cavity is filled.
However, despite being the latest advancement, it isn't as good as it seems. It appears the drug wasn't working very well. Took hours before it went under.
Jeez.
And for some reason, even when the operation was done, They couldn't wake him.
What?
No one knows whether it's because of the anesthesia or because Mr. Holmes was tired. The surgical team could do nothing but stand by and watch over him.
Oh, Holmesy.
The second at least wake up, I shall notify you, buddy.
Holmes is ever the exciting man. He hasn't slept for 3 months straight, so the moment he's knocked out, he's like, I'm not getting back up. Not yet. It's so sweet, so relaxing.
God.
Is there anything I can present to you? The blood samples? Do you care about that? Inspector Gregson, I'd like to ask you about this. Doesn't seem like he cares.
Inspector does not collude with civilians.
Oh.
Hey, Toby, have some more special level
Oh,
tea.
yep, here he goes. Here he goes.
Is it gonna be the delicious, absolutely delicious one?
Absolutely delicious. You won't take my evidence, but you'll take the tea. Okay. How about... Probably can't.
No.
There's no reason to present that. Letter of request, we've already shown that to him. Pledge ticket. Doesn't matter, unless you want it this time now. Oh, wait. Oh,
this is a pledge ticket. Which is so Hatch didn't prepare a form. We just grabbed the nearest piece of paper. This is the ticket that pickpocket used to withdraw McGonagall's coat yesterday, right?
no, this one is different.
Come again? You don't Inspector's theory despite your dark clothing?
What?
What's that even mean? Like you said, Toby, it's different.
Well, of course, I thought so from the start. Then what exactly is this?
This is a second pledge ticket.
A second?
McGonagall had pledged something else to this shop.
Is this so?
It seems we ought to discuss this matter in more detail.
I should talk with the inspector one more time. Hey, the ticket did do something for us. The second pledge ticket. Now you care about the ticket you didn't care about last time, and now we're in this room, it matters. This was inside Mr. McGonagall's coat pocket.
What? Does that mean that?
The disc that you took and this pledge ticket were both inside that coat.
Maybe we really should have brought it back and examined it more thoroughly.
According to this pledge ticket, Mr. McGonagall left one more thing at the shop.
A small box. That's not the ticket says, at least.
Do you have any idea, Toby? There should still be a pledge belonging to Mr. McGonagall here, right?
That's true. You're certainly not wrong.
Can we see it?
So, let go of that eyes, my lady. I feel like I'm going to be squashed under that gaze.
The puppy
Inspector
eyes.
Gregson, this is where you need to buck up.
Shut up, boy. There's one thing I've noticed, however. The end of this ticket says that the redemption period has already ended.
Oh, you're right. The limit is 2 months after all. So that small box is no longer in the storeroom?
Exactly. Pledge being forfeited means...
It may be out on the shelves of the shop floor.
Shop shelves, huh? We should go and have a look now.
Let's buy it. No.
There's no point.
Why not?
There's a large number of small boxes that have been pledged. What's more, there's no record of the legend about which specific box belonged to McGonagall.
Ah.
But either way, just in case, I think we should look.
I agree. Oh, why, yes, of course. Well, let's me try.
Good grief. Well, you know what? We're gonna try that next time.
God.
This man is strange when it comes to our
He's like
little
has two personalities.
delightful- He really does. And you know what? He's not very good with because it's like, at least you're not dead. It's like good job. Yes, that's exactly what makes kids feel better. Christ, man.
God.